Greetings, and thank you for joining us for the second episode of the Young Justice Review on DC Animation with Spenser and Friends. This is an LMG Podcast Production. Today, I'm joined by my dear friend Cassidy.
Hello.
Hello. Cassidy is going to be with me for a while, and Cassidy, I'm happy to have you.
Happy to be on this journey.
And of course, because my listeners are loyal, they've already listened to the first episode, and so they know exactly what you know and kind of how you got here.
Yes.
So, I appreciate you for joining us on this journey through DC Animation. Today, we will be reviewing Season 1, Episodes 3 and 4. I will read a synopsis in my own words, and then we're just going to talk about it.
Great.
So, Episode 3, we have Welcome to Happy Harbor. We open in Star City with Speedy and the squad trying to, or with, we open in Star City with Speedy, and the squad is trying to convince Speedy to join them. He disrespectfully declines, and the squad is a bit frustrated that they haven't been put on any missions lately, and so they take a tour of the cave and bond a bit. They take a trip on the bioship to, just take a little ride, get familiar with the bioship, and they get a distress signal. They investigate and find Mr. Twister causing a ruckus. They assume that he is Red Tornado, but they soon learn that that is not the case. They are able to hide from Mr. Twister, prompting him to leave, and the squad blames Miss Martian, and they go after him without her. She creates a telepathic link, and Red Tornado shows up. Mr. Twister attempts to reprogram Red Tornado, but it's actually a shape-shifted Ms. Martian. From there, the squad is able to use teamwork to win the day. T.O. Morrow was behind it, and the squad lets Red Tornado know what happened. The squad is in better spirits, and Superboy apologizes to Miss Martian. That's the episode.
That is the episode.
So, what did we think of the episode just generally?
Generally, I had a good time. I was excited that it's a new story. Obviously, episodes one and two kind of interconnected with one another, and so it was a longer play on things. So getting to have them work in a more official, unofficial capacity, because this obviously wasn't something they set out to go handle. But to see how they work together, also with a new member, essentially, was a good time. And I think most of the episode was us as viewers and as well as the other members to get to know Miss Martian.
Yes, and you are a Martian lover.
I do
S-
love me some Martian Manhunter, yes.
So, how do you feel about this introduction to Miss Martian?
I expected her to be a lot more hardcore. She's a sweet little thing, and that's just not what I expected. And granted, I have only ever been familiar with Martian Manhunter and only in a few of his forms, but she's just so sweet and so hee hee. And I'm just like, she's very Martian in the sense of just like, well, yeah, why wouldn't it be this way kind of thing, or just straight to the point in that regard, but almost, I don't know how to describe, just not hard was how she came out. I expected her to be a bit more
Were you thinking a little more?
emotionless, I guess. And she's got some emotions there that she's in tune with.
Okay, so I guess this may sound terrible, but are you saying you didn't expect her to be as human as she is?
That's not a terrible way to explain it because that's a better word for everything I was trying to just say. She has a lot more humanity to her that is more, there's a lot more gray areas to the way she thinks out in an like again the emotional capacity of certain things, because I feel like Martian Manhunter's aware of some of the same things, but it's very black and white to him on
Hmm.
certain scenarios, whereas depending on what she's presented with, it seemed like she's going to have a bit more thought, like Connor being upset with her or and whatnot. I expected, I feel like Martian Manhunter would have been like, okay, and whereas she was like, oh, but why don't you like me?
Yeah. And of course, she's kind of like she kind of saw Superboy and was like, tasty. So
Yes.
also that.
She was. Yes.
But okay. Okay. I love Miss Martian, but I also know more than you do. So
That's true.
we will see if your opinion of Miss Martian changes at all over the course of the series, because, this is our first time seeing her,
Right.
and we'll see, if she stays this way, if her character changes, what we find out about her, all those things.
Right.
So we're seeing Speedy. Speedy's still around.
Yeah, he makes me laugh. Speedy does because he's this show in my head exists because of him because he was like, I don't want to be just under Green Arrow anymore. Blah de blah de blah. Okay, cool. Have your own thing. No, that's not what I want either.
Yeah,
So
like he's kind of just mad.
he's just mad. Yes. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't think you know what you want, hun. And that's okay. But you need to like admit that to yourself.
And that's the thing. This show, there's one of the things that I have to keep in mind is these are teenagers. Like I have to remind myself that these are teenagers a lot of times because
Right.
I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that?
Yeah,
They're teenagers. That's why.
the kids. Yeah.
So there are sometimes I'm like, yep, this is appropriate. This makes perfect sense. This is exactly what should be happening, honestly.
Yep.
So, we see Speedy, he's still working, he's still doing stuff, and the squad is like, hey, we want you to join us. And he's like, hard pass.
Nah.
Yeah. And the squad is like, hey, why haven't we like had any missions lately? Like we just been here. And so they're like, well, Superboy and I live here, so let's give you a tour. This is the cave. This is the kitchen.
Right.
This is the backyard. This is the door.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's just funny. And we see that Miss Martian does her best to understand how things are on Earth, but applies her Martian logic to Earth. And
Yes,
so there are some things that kind of have to be worked through. She has no idea what Superboy's experience is with, invasive telepathy.
correct.
And Calder does a really great job of being like, babe,
Let's
um, things are a little different here. Like just a smidge different. It feels a little invasive, and then later they end up being like, link us up. Like,
Yes. You know what? This actually.
yeah. Now that I think about it, it's actually like super useful. Like,
Yeah.
I think this is something we should like do to
Yeah.
get us through this particular situation.
Which, admittedly, I don't blame any of the boys for their initial response because I too would have been
Agreed.
like, let's
No, that was
I
I
don't care
agree.
how innocent you are, let's no.
And yeah, Superboy's reaction was a little aggressive, but
Yes.
also she didn't know the game. Like there's a trauma there.
Yes.
And so I understand him being furious about it because, consent.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, again, Calder does a great job of being like, since we don't have that, it's different for us. So, like,
Hmm.
don't do that unless we give you the green light, pretty
Correct.
much.
Yeah.
And so they also go and meet Bioship for the first time. And it's just an egg. And they're like, what is this?
I when who was it Wally when he was just like, this is cute or whatever, I was like, you're not gonna win with this girl, my guy. You are
That's what
not
it's.
gonna win with this girl. If I was like, hey, this is my cool new car that shapeshifts, and you called it cute, no.
Yeah.
Which, granted, I don't even care that he didn't know it shapeshifted at that point in time.
Yeah.
Don't call my stuff cute.
I mean, and some people love the cute. Some people like cute is a
Bro
compliment
is
for some
just
people.
trying too hard though, and it's
He's just a little thirsty.
a little.
Just a little thirsty.
Uh,
But that's Wally. Wally is here
Severely
for the
dehydrated.
ladies.
Yeah.
Wally's here for the ladies. Like that's a Wally characteristic. Like
Ah,
puberty hit him like a truck, I'm sure.
I
And so
bet.
yeah,
Ugh.
Wally stays ready is the moral of the story. Fastest man alive? Yeah.
Yep.
So, they're taking a trip and then they get a distress signal. It's like, oh no, something's happening. And they find a tornado throwing robot. And they're kind of like, do tornadoes happen in this part of the country? Like, is that a thing?
Uh, Really?
They're like, no, I don't think so. And then, how do you feel about the name Mr. Twister?
Freaking love the name Mr. Twister. Like after they said it, I kept going, Mr. Twister, Mr. Twister. It was just it's so simple.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And of
So
course,
fun.
we live in the great state of Oklahoma,
So
and we're very familiar with a twister or two here.
couple enough to make a few movies out of.
Yep, like all the movies about tornadoes are based here in Kansas.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we know a thing or two.
And I think maybe that's why extra endearing to Mr. Twister. I was like, cutify it. That is an allowed cute usage.
Yes.
Make the scary thing cute. Mr. Twister.
And so, one of the things that we see earlier in this episode is Miss Martian attempts to read Red Tornado's thoughts, and she's like, "Oh, there's nothing in there." It's like,
Right,
"Yeah, he's an android."
right.
And so, while they're fighting Mr. Twister, she like Calder's like, "Hey, read his thoughts," and she's like, "But I thought I wasn't supposed to do that." And
You told me not
I think it
to.
was Wally who may have been like, "It's fine when it's the bad guys."
Yes, I got a kick out of that line.
And so there was nothing there, and she was like, oh, well, obviously it's Red Tornado. It's a red robot who's making tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's the guy who called this. So, guys, we're being tested.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're all like, oh. And so they all get pissed off and they're like, we will not engage. And he's like, oh, you think I'm Tornado?
Mm-hmm.
How dare you? Like
Then
he's almost like
he's fully
me,
just like,
him?
yeah,
You're like, ew. You thought oh, gross.
no,
And so he shows them real quick, like, nah, me and him, we're not the same.
no.
And then they start just kind of attacking Miss Martian. Like, why would you say that?
Oh, they made me so upset.
I didn't
Like
like it.
it made me so upset because she had all the information that they had essentially and logical conclusion.
Yeah, I understand. Like, her line of thinking made perfect sense. I
Yep.
do not think that she deserved any of the negativity that she received.
No.
I think that they just kind of wanted to be mad. And even when Calder was like, well, you are inexperienced, I was like, oh, that's not what this is. If
When
any of you, all of you would have made that same determination under the circumstances.
I know. I
Like
it hurt me the
her
most when
experience,
Calder said it. I was just like,
yeah,
no,
her
you know
experience
better.
had nothing to do with her making that call.
No.
And
And
so,
they had the capability also to look further into that if they needed to.
yeah,
So it
like that,
was not an
I,
on her thing.
yeah, I didn't, I didn't like it, but I was like, the episode's got to happen.
Hmm.
And this is the kind of conflict that like makes this a good show because I'm mad at all y'all. Like
Hmm.
Miss Martian did exactly what any of you would have done using logic,
Yep.
and especially like with all the information that we all have, we all would have came to that same conclusion.
Yep.
So, um, so they all just go on without her. They just kind of leave her there, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go handle this." And they don't, yeah, like there's very poor communication,
Terrible. Yeah.
just generally. And so she creates a telepathic link. And what do you know? It's a great thing she does
Hmm.
because they are all able to teamwork this thing. They're all able to lock in. We see that Red Tornado shows up because this obviously isn't Red Tornado.
Right.
And Red Tornado's like, all right, clearly y'all can't handle this. So
No.
I got it. So, Red Tornado and Mr. Twister start fighting a little bit.
Mhm.
And then Mr. Twister, gets the upper hand and is like, "Yeah, I've been looking for you. You're who I actually wanted. You're who I've been trying to find." And so tries to, connect the little cyborg cords and like, "Oh no, it's Miss
Not
Martian."
real.
And they are able to, teamwork Mr. Twister, and he's defeated.
Yes.
And so we see that TL Morrow is, and one of the things that does happen, like there's a guy in there, and he's like, "I surrender," and Miss Martian crushes him.
I quite literally, I'm not lying to you when I say I gasped. I was like, as I mentioned earlier, I was like, oh, she's not that hard of a person. Okay. And I, the reveal had not occurred. And so I gasped and was
Good,
taken aback. And I said, okay, girl, uh,
good. That's how I
whatever
wanted.
you need to do.
That's how I wanted you to react because that's how I reacted the first time. I was like, "Oh, oh no,
So we
oh,
went there. Okay.
Martians don't play around." Okay,
Which that's the thought process I wasn't upset with her. I just went, there
yeah,
she is. That's
yeah, I
what
was
my
like,
thought was.
yeah, I was like, "Oh, Martians do not have a code. Good to
Yep.
know."
Yep.
Only the people have a code. Amazons don't have a code. Atlanteans don't have a code, even though Calder seems to have a code.
He seems like he's yeah.
Aquaman does not have a code. Aquaman has no problem with murder.
Murder.
But yeah, whatever. Oh, I was like, yeah, first time I saw this, I probably was like, "Oh shit. Okay,
Yeah.
Miss March." But I was here for it. I was like, "Yes, that's what I like.
I
That's what I
supported
want."
it.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was like,
like, but yes,
"Good."
girl, let's do this. Show those boys.
I'm glad that we came to the same conclusion of like, yeah, this is fine. Even though we were both initially like, I was like,
Taken aback, but supportive.
but yeah, I was like, but I like it. And then they were all like, "Oh my God, what have you done?" And
So
she was like,
the fact that they were still on top of her, killing someone or not in this world, the fact that they were still finding a way to be upset with this girl.
"No, I was fine with this one.
Okay,
The first one, I was like,
no,
that wasn't her fault. This one, I was like, okay, this one, there should be a talk. Like we should have a
yeah.
discussion about how to handle these types of situations moving forward." So yeah, I was perfect, and that's the thing. They, if you thought we reacted, like their reactions to seeing it,
In person, the
yeah,
smasher.
I'm sure that was traumatizing
You're right.
because also he was surrendering. He was like, "Guys, I give up." Bow. Like,
Oh,
oh,
dramatic effect. Ugh.
oh no. Yeah, I wasn't ready the first time I saw this, but I was like, good. I'm glad she's on the team. I'm glad she's on the team for all the reasons. And so, yeah, she's like, "Guys, it's a robot." And I knew that because I couldn't read its mind. And then we go over to Tio Morrow, and he was like, "Bet you're glad I didn't let you pilot that thing, aren't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I wasn't ready for that." And so Tio Morrow's like, "You know what? We'll get red next time." So Tio Morrow is the doctor who created Red Tornado, or he built
Okay.
Red Tornado. And he's built other Reds as well, but his whole like goal was to use a robot to infiltrate the Justice Society and or Justice League. And
Okay.
so yeah, like he's created a few other robots, I guess androids in this case, with the goal of infiltrating the League because
Okay.
he's, an evil inventor doctor.
Okay.
So that's a very, very light backstory on him.
So he created Red Tornado,
Yes, he did.
but so is Red Tornado bad?
To be determined. Just
Oh.
just keep in mind, that Red Tornado was created by Teomaro. Just
Oh
always remember that.
no. Oh no.
So we'll
Anxious
see what
every time he's
happens.
on screen now.
Yeah, we'll see what
No.
happens with him. But just know that he was created by a villain whose goal was to infiltrate the League.
Why did the League go get this robot then?
Because the League probably doesn't know that that was
They
Teomaro's
just
intention.
got a miscellaneous robot?
I mean, if they see a robot doing good work and they have no reason to not, who knows?
Hmm. Okay.
I agree because it sounds like they're aware that Teomaro built him, but
Okay.
yeah, and the fact that they sent another robot to try to reprogram him is like, yeah, that's probably not great.
No.
So yeah, and so they tell Red Tornado what happened. They're like, hey, just so you know, he was looking for you. Them
Yeah.
wires had your name on them, and he's like, fascinating. Okay,
Noted.
and so the squad they're all happy. Like they're like, hey, we did some stuff. We're happy to be here. Things are moving. And it was another one of those like that mission was messy, but good work.
But it was successful.
Yeah, did what we needed to do.
Yeah.
And Calder says to Superboy like earlier in the episode is like, I can't read minds, but I know what you're thinking. You feel like you need to apologize because you went just a little bit. You crashed out a bit. You know. And so just start with your sorry. Just apologize like a
Go.
regular person. That's what we regular people do.
Yep.
And just apologize and just start there.
Yeah.
Be genuine and it's going to be okay. And so he finds his way to apologize to Miss Martian for his overreaction.
Which
Really,
glad to see.
all you MFs owe her an apology
Honestly, every single
for yeah, for talking that shit whenever she thought it was yeah, everybody owe her an apology.
yes.
But whatever. It's fine. So, yeah, I think that this episode was a good vehicle for us to kind of learn that this is actually Miss Martian's first time dealing with people.
Yes.
That she has spent all of her time on Mars. That is very clear. And she has very little to no experience when it comes to like hero work because we're talking about three people who have been directly tied to leaguers, like people who have been in the game for a long time, who have learned from them, who have, spent time at the driving range, if you will. We have one person who, a little rough around the edges,
Yeah.
um, who also needs some assistance in some areas.
You know.
And then we have another person who, very green, literally.
Nice.
Yeah, you see what I did there.
I saw it thoroughly.
Yeah. So, yeah, they let us know that this is the squad's growing a little bit.
Yes.
We are definitely adding to the roster, and we like it. So, we like the third episode.
Yeah, I had a good time with it. A good introduction to Miss Martian. She's gonna take some getting used to in some certain things. It seems to me she's got a catchphrase that might stick around with her hello Megan, and I'm kind of already over that. It was funny the first time, and yep.
You've had enough of it.
When I
Okay,
when I realized it was a bit, I was asleep, which I might be getting ahead of myself, but
you might be. Who knows? But
um,
I'm sure when you heard it a second time, you were like, all right.
oh no. That's it. Exactly. I was just immediately, oh, okay.
Like,
This is the
oh.
thing. Okay. I did get a kick out of during one of the fight scene moments. Connor had his shirt all torn, and I noticed this my second watch through. He rips it off for a brand new shirt to be under it.
Yep, why not?
And I was just like, my guy.
Yeah, but why not?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
easy.
that made me that got a laugh out of me for sure.
Yeah. He keeps it simple.
You know, he's prepared-ish.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on episode 3?
Just honorable mention of the ice people that have still not been explained to me.
They're still, we still have no idea what
I
the
have
deal
no
is with.
idea what happened with those ice people from episode one.
Okay. And I mean, yeah, like the Mr. Twister thing kind of resolved. Like Mr. Twister was destroyed, so was the little robot
Pushed.
man, but Teomaro's still out there.
Yes, tomorrow.
Okay, okay. So, episode 4, Drop Zone.
So,
We open in Santa Prisca, where Bane is put into a cage with a Cobra cult member on PEDs. Batman assigns the squad to a mission to investigate these PEDs, and the squad hasn't selected a leader yet. During the mission, Robin disappears, and Kid Flash finds himself in the middle of a firefight between Bane and the Cobra cult. The squad is able to subdue everyone, but Kid Flash and Robin start arguing about who should lead. Bane has a discussion with the squad and he leads them to a secret entrance, and they discover that the blockbuster formula is being used to enhance the Venom formula. Sportsmaster arrives to collect the drugs, and Bane starts making noise, which causes a fight to break out. Aqualad calls for a strategic retreat, and he is named leader. The squad is able to sabotage the buy, and they are able to make it back home. Sportsmaster was able to get one vial of the drug, and the light has decided that the squad is a problem that needs dealing with. And that's the episode. So, um, had you heard of Santa Prisca before?
no.
Okay. So, Santa Prisca is one of those like fictional DC places. I
Okay.
look at it as like Cuba, or yeah, like I look at it as an allegory for Cuba. Um, but yeah, I think
Okay.
it's just kind of in the Caribbean.
Okay. Islander
Yeah,
situation.
it's a Spanish speaking island, is my understanding. And of course, I imagine you are a little bit familiar with Bane.
I am realizing through our discussion, Spencer, how poorly I'm clicking with characters while watching some of this, and then you say something, and I'm like, oh, Bane.
So you didn't know that was Bane.
No.
Okay,
But
and is that because is your Bane? Oh, you think the darkness is your ally? Is that your
that
Bane?
is my only experience with being correct. So I just now was like, oh my gosh, hold on.
I wondered what would break first, your spirit or your body. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my introduction to this Bane. Uh,
Okay.
and
So,
yeah.
so this is a more accurate version. Like this is what Bane was before The Dark Knight Returns. Like Bane has always been from a Spanish speaking country, and like
What?
this is actually a comic accurate Bane.
This is such a cool guy.
Yeah.
Not no hate, but
Yeah, like Bane is he wears a luchador mask,
I love that.
and he's tied to the juice, which is called Venom. And so yeah, like this is Bane.
No, the luchador
And
whole ordeal. I was like, yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but yeah,
and do you know who voiced him?
shoot. I didn't look up the voice actors for this one.
Danny Trejo.
You're kidding.
It was Danny Trejo. And now that you're like, that was Danny Trejo, wasn't
That
it?
was Danny Trejo.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
knew it immediately.
that's so funny.
So
Perfect.
yeah. So yeah, this is Bane. Um, and again, I think that Tom Hardy's Bane has influenced Bane moving forward because every
Okay.
version of Bane that I've seen after Tom Hardy's Bane does a Tom Hardy Bane. So,
Interesting.
like in Lego Batman, he sounds
Yes.
like that. In Harley Quinn, he sounds like, and in Harley Quinn, he's like got a lot of speaking lines. Like he's a pretty big part of the Harley Quinn show. And
Okay.
yeah, he is absolutely doing a Tom Hardy Bane. So
Okay.
it's one of those situations where yeah, like ever since The Dark Knight Rises, that is Bane now. And this is before that. Because I want to say Dark Knight Rises is 2012.
Yeah.
This is 2011,
Okay.
if not before. I should
Oh,
probably know that.
really?
We're doing a podcast about this. I should know when that happened.
Well, you're just
2000,
learning from me.
2010, 11.
Oh, that's interesting for me then, in the sense of liking Kari Payton a lot, that this was pre him being on the show I know him from,
Okay, and what show do you know him from?
Walking Dead.
Okay, because I know him as Cyborg in Teen Titans. And then when he was Aqualad, I was like, oh, my guy is back. Yes, I love it. So, yeah.
I know him in a
I
live
know
action
him as I know him
capacity.
as a voice actor, not a live. I didn't know what he looked like for years.
Ah,
So yeah, I knew him as a voice rather than a like an
interesting.
on-screen in-person actor. But yeah, this is a relatively accurate Bane.
Okay.
And
I have
that's
to
why
like him.
Danny Trejo voiced him because he's supposed to
Ah,
be yeah.
okay.
So yeah, I thought it was great, but yeah. And again, if you see versions of Bane pre Tom Hardy, then this is more what you're gonna get. Like if you in the animated show Batman New Adventures, like it's much closer to this Bane. There's a movie Justice League Doom. It's gonna be this Bane. Like
Okay.
this is who Bane actually should be.
Okay.
But the Dark Knight Rises A removed the Latin piece and
Yes.
B removed the Venom piece.
Mm-hmm.
Those are Bane's two things.
They just said,
Like
let's put Tom Hardy in there and figure it out after.
yeah, but like yeah, so they removed the two things that really make Bane Bane.
That's
And
interesting. Okay.
now every version of Bane is that.
We don't like that.
Um,
Or it's an
it
interesting way to go.
yeah, like I don't like that Bane has influenced Bane moving forward
Okay.
because it feels like every other version of Bane now feels like a parody.
I
And
see.
and that's kind of how he's used. Like Bane
Yeah.
is not taken seriously anymore.
No.
But Bane in the comic book is the one who like the scene where he breaks Batman's back
Yes.
in The Dark Knight Rises?
Yes.
Like that's like he puts Batman out of commission for a while. Like Bane is one of the only people who successfully dealt with Batman. And Bane is one of those people. So, I mean, the way that I look at Batman, a lot of his villains are a mirror of him, like a if Batman decided to choose like villainy.
Hmm.
And I think Bane is the mirror of what if Batman decided to use his combination of intelligence and impending physical force to destroy whatever or to
Hmm.
like do whatever he wanted to do instead of being there for justice and all that. Like Bane is a representation of like if Batman decided I'm going to use all of my fighting skills and physical ability in combination with my intellect to get evil shit done, that's what Bane is. Because
Okay.
Bane, along with being physically imposing, is highly intelligent, which you kind of do
Yeah.
see in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Like you see the intelligent part, you see the physically imposing part, but um, and then in the movie that had I want to say Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy, the live action one, was that George Clooney's movie?
I unfortunately am very Only Christian Bale knowledgeable.
Okay. Because honestly, those movies kind of run together for me at this point. But I want to say that it's the one with Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy and
I don't think it's a Keaton one.
Yeah, no,
So
it's
it's got
not.
to be Clooney or Kilmer.
I want to say it's Clooney. But yeah, Bane is in that one as just like a mindless henchman.
What a waste.
And yeah, exactly. But yeah, this is what Bane should be.
Well, dang.
And so, at least as far as the comic books are concerned, this is, I think, a good representation of what we are given in the comic books as Bane.
Cool. Well, I like him.
Good. I'm glad you feel that way. So we see Bane is, talking to a random Cobra cult member, and we'll talk about the Cobra cult here in a second, because I do not expect you to know who they are at all. But yeah, and he's put into a ring, and they give him his venom, and he's like, "You sure you want to do that?" And so, he turns a little dial, and he gets all huge, right?
Poof.
And then there's a little skinny guy
Skinny guy.
on the other side, and he gets some juice, and he's huge.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit.
Didn't like it.
And yeah, like he got so big that like his skin couldn't
Like, It was,
handle his
well,
size.
it was like the shoot, what were they called in the first couple of episodes? The Geno nor the
Genomorphs,
yeah, the zombie looking one. It
the
felt like
blockbuster.
yes, it was that again.
And that's
I was
that's
like,
actually what it
ugh.
was. And we learned that later, but like that's
Oh.
actually yeah.
So that's why it gave me the same kind of just
That's
like
why you were like,
gross
oh
again. I don't want to look at this.
yeah.
Ugh.
So and then we see Hail Cobra, Hail Cobra. And so the Cobra cult is, just another one of those cults with a supreme leader who wants to, kind of take over the world and rebuild it in his image. Just a pretty standard culty behavior.
Yeah.
So Batman is like, hey, I need y'all to go covertly look into that. No contact, just gather intel, get the fuck out.
He knows.
That's your job.
Like he said that and I was like, recon mission, please. These kids are about to be messy as all be.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're about to get their hands dirty. Somebody's hands are getting dirty.
They're not going without doing something at all.
Exactly.
They're gonna see an opportunity and they're gonna take it.
Yeah, or there's going to be mistakes made because we're still early. Like
Yep.
the squad is still figuring stuff out. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, but yeah, the moment Batman was like, I just need a recon mission, I was like, okay,
Sure.
yeah, okay, Batman. I'm sure that's all you want. Let's see what happens.
Mm.
And so, uh, it's called Drop Zone because there are two separate drop zones. Aqualad gets dropped in the water, and everybody else gets dropped on land. And they make things happen. And then you see Robin, who's supposed to be the leader, he disappears and starts giggling again. Like
Yeah.
he just every time they're like, "Where's Robin?" You just hear giggles in the shadows, and I'm like,
Yep.
"Well, that's not good. Why would you do that?" And so then Kid Flash is like, "Well, shit." And so, they're trying to make things happen. And there's a firefight between Bane's people and the Cobra Cult. And Kid Flash just lands in the middle of that. And everybody's like, oh shit, this isn't great. And so they're able to subdue everybody. And Kid Flash and Robin's like, why weren't y'all with me? And they were all like, well, we can't read your mind. We didn't know what follow me disappear into the jungle. That's what I said. Why didn't you just do that? Like, yeah, like they had that whole like, you're 15, you're only 13, yada yada.
I
Oh,
was
you
so
think you should be
excited
the
to hear
leader?
some ages, though. Let me tell you. I made note. I was like, okay, Robin is 13 and Wally is 15. Noted.
Yeah,
It helps me a lot when they have their crash outs to know where in teenagedom they stand.
I agree. It makes a lot of stuff clearer.
Because 13 and 15 are two very different things, but also makes everything make perfect sense for the both of them when I found out their ages.
Yes, I agree. And so while they're bickering, Bane is kind of like, listen to them bicker.
These kids.
Listen to these children. And Bane is like, no, we can use them. This is fine. And of course, Superboy is listening. I assume he knows Spanish. Uh,
Claro que sí.
yeah, I assume the Genomorphs taught him Spanish. So he, I guess peeps what's going on.
Mm.
But Bane is like, hey, I can help y'all. I can get you what you need. And they're like, why would we trust you? And he's like, I mean,
Why not?
why not?
What else
Like,
you got?
yeah. So he leads them to the secret entrance, and they discover that they have combined the blockbuster formula, which we saw earlier,
Yes.
and the venom formula, which is what Bane takes. That's his PED.
Yes.
They have because and you saw what it did to him. Like it just made him like huge and
It was like yeah, comic book steroids.
yes.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and Bane has gotten to a point where like he requires it to live, but
Oh,
because he's been on it for so long, yeah. Um, but yeah, they have combined those two to make something like terrifying.
yep.
And so we see that Sportsmaster comes to collect it. Now, I imagine you have never seen Sportsmaster before.
Not that I was readily aware of.
Okay, so Sportsmaster, this is the first time I had ever seen Sportsmaster, and maybe the only time I've seen Sportsmaster. Like,
Okay.
he's a guy, I feel like they kind of just like rich deep in the bag for him.
Just see what you can pull out and
Yeah, but he's used very well in this show. And I think, yeah, like this is a show where like this show is the reason people know who he is.
okay.
Um, but yeah, I want to say he's an older villain. Like he's been around, I'm gonna say since like the 40s. Like he's way old.
Okay.
And like I want to say that he was um like Justice Society rather than Justice League villain.
Okay.
But yeah, so he's one of those people. He's just like kind of just skilled at all of the things. Like
He can do
that's
it.
his power is just skills.
Be good at
Yeah,
it.
he's very good at what he does, and what he does is not very good. Like it's one of those. So yeah, he's just good at the things.
Hmm.
And so he arrives to collect the drugs, and he is probably working for the light, which we find out later. Because the guy who was making the blockbuster formula was working for the light.
Yeah.
And so Sportsmaster arrives to collect the drugs, and then Bane starts just being loud, causing a ruckus, so disrupting what's going on. And so a fight breaks out, and Aqualad is like, hey, no, we need to leave. This is not what we need to do right now. And then all of them are like, dude, obviously it's you. We all knew that. Like we were, and I was like, oh, you did? You just that's how we feel all of a sudden. Is like it was
Oh,
always you,
really?
always knew.
Hmm.
And Calder, just so graceful, says to Robin, like, I will take on this burden until you are ready.
He
You are
is a
meant to lead this team. This is
better
what you.
person than I am
He's a good
because
dude.
the whole time of watching this, all four,
We knew from episode one.
100%, like the whole them getting all upset about being little sidekicks or whatever. I was just like, this guy knows what he's doing. And I have not been given anything yet that I'm like, mm, with him at all. Like you could argue maybe when when they were all upset with Megan, but even then, I think he handled that the most gracefully out of all of them.
He did, and that's the
I was
thing. Like
like,
I get grace from him.
yes,
He is very graceful in
calm,
like the
cool,
best
collected.
way.
Yep,
Like, and it's yeah, I love Calder.
love him.
So yeah, he says to Robin, like, I will lead until you are ready to lead. And then, yeah, he starts calling plays. And they are able to, sabotage the whole buy. And everybody makes it back home. Everything's good. Sportsmaster reports back to the light and he's like, I was able to recover one single vial of the blockbuster venom. And the light is like, all right, once, okay, twice, I don't like it. These sidekicks, we're gonna need to get them the fuck up out of here.
Get him out.
Now, before the episode ends, we actually see Cobra when all the fighting is happening, and Robin challenges Cobra, and Cobra says to him like, "Little Daddy, you don't want these problems." Do
Yeah.
you know who voiced Cobra?
I don't.
Emotep from The Mummy.
Nice.
Yeah, I like him, and I think that he did a great job voicing Cobra.
I would agree.
But yeah, I forget his real name. He's Emotep.
He's oh, it's on like the tip of my brain.
Uh-huh. And when you say it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, him.
I'm trying to
His name's Emotep.
It's oh shoot.
And that's okay. Because like I said, I don't need to know his name.
But no, you know what though? I probably don't have his name on the top. I get him confused with another actor. So actually, I might not even have it in my head.
Cool. That's not a problem
Imhotep.
at all. He's Emotep.
I also thought Cobra came on screen and I was just like, it looked like Voldemort from like that was my I was like, oh.
A little bit, yeah. Like he's uncomfortable. Like I don't. When you
He
look at
pulled
him, you're
up and
like,
I was like,
oh,
yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
like
cult
you.
leader.
Yeah, it's a cult leader. And like he looks like if a guy was gonna lead a snake cult, it would be him. He
100%.
looks like the leader of a snake cult.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, he is Cobra, and yeah, like they worship him. And it's one of those situations where I think a lot of times with the Cobra cult, like he's supposed to be the avatar for like a Cobra god or so. Like there's a lot that happens there. But yeah, it's standard cult behavior.
Hmm.
But yeah, obviously he was a problem because he was beating Robin's ass with his hands behind his back. And I wanted to see him go.
Hmm.
Because again, the problem is I knew he was gonna beat Robin's ass. He was like, "You're a child. I don't care.
Mm-mm.
These hands are rated E for everyone." But yeah, when the whole squad got there, Cobra was like, "Okay, uh, another time then," and just disappears into the smoke.
Yeah, what even was that? He just gone.
Yeah, and truly gone because there was like a door behind them that somebody opened, and like so he actually ninja smoked away.
Just gone. I was just I it happened and I I didn't know how to take it. I was just like, "Oh, okay."
And that's the thing, like I love a ninja smoke away. Like because again, they're just gone.
Just gone.
Like how did they do that? There are people with extrasensory perception.
Oh,
How did he do
it is
that?
all of them. Just swoop.
Because yeah, like Miss Martian should have been able to find him. Nope.
No. Yeah. It amused me.
Yeah. Superboy should have been able to hear him wherever he went. Nope.
Mhm.
Just ninja smoked away. That's true skill.
Truly, honestly.
So yeah, I will say I think that Bane and Cobra were cast very well. Even though they didn't just have like a ton of speaking parts, they were both perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I enjoyed this episode. What did you think?
I had a good time. I amused myself watching it. I when I was watching it through, I made note of how I thought it was I liked the stealth look on Kid Flash and then he immediately rolls into that fight and I was like, well,
So
stealth.
much for that.
Yeah, I was like, I guess
So
not.
much for stealth.
I had a lot of fun. I liked the I don't know correct terminology. Sorry, listeners. Bane's people, all of them. I had a great time with them. Like I was having fun with this episode, and it was just Maybe it's just the increase of action that was provided in it.
Yeah, there was a lot of they were going. A lot of
They were
hands were thrown, a
going.
lot of guns were shot. Like this episode had some action.
Yes, and
Again, if episodes have kind of felt slow, this one was one where it's like, no, we're doing stuff.
it was moving. No, had a lot of fun with that. I really enjoyed Bane's character. I had a kick when he's like helping them out and then it turns on them suddenly kind of thing, but not maliciously necessarily, but he was like, well, got what I needed.
Yep.
I
Because that's the thing, like, because they were kind of like, oh no, he turned on us. It's like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
He got what he needed and you're useless now. Okay,
yeah,
bye.
like if you thought he wasn't going to turn on you, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So are we? And I will probably ask you this for a lot of episodes. Like, are we motivated to keep going?
Yes, of
Like,
course.
does the show have us to a point where it's like, I want to see more?
Yes. Yes, I'm having a good time getting to know these characters.
Excellent. That's what I wanted. I love it. Okay, okay. Anything else on episode 4?
That's all I have.
Okay,
Well,
excellent.
no.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
listeners. This is where I said this Hello Megan stuff might get old. I have that very loudly in my notes because she did it again.
And yeah, like
With
this is
all love
this
to
is
her.
this is really only her second episode with lines, so
With all love to her.
you're already done with Hello Megan.
I just yeah, I'm not just whelmed. I'm overwhelmed by it.
Okay, okay. That's another thing I love. You know, I love words
Yep.
and how stupid English is.
The
And
dumbest.
yeah, like this show satisfies my questions of like, why do we do that?
Yeah.
Why is English so dumb?
Why is it? Why is it so overcomplicated?
But I
Oh,
love that those things keep going.
I like that bit a
Yeah,
lot.
like that's a bit that I'm like, yeah. I love that we
About
are
it.
creating terminology and it's logical based on the words that we all that. Like I
Yes.
love it. Like that's good writing in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
So, okay. Okay. In the next episode, we will be discussing season 1, episodes 5 and 6. So until then, salutations.